I've been in practice almost 20 years, and I've been helping people get well in our community for a long time, and I see some amazing results, and I want to share some of that with you. Some of you are like, chiropractic, you know, what's that all about? But let me tell you, when I was 11 years old, I fell off a three-wheeler, went off a jump, fell off a three-wheeler, landed on my back, knocked the wind out of me. I thought I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. And in a couple minutes I came to, and I was at my grandparents' house, and I remember walking up their stairs to the duplex, and they're like, "What happened to you?" I go, "I fell off the three-wheeler on the concrete." And so they're like, "Okay." So no big deal, right? No blood, nothing's broken. And 3 days later, though, I couldn't stand up. I was like this. So I didn't have back pain, though, but I just couldn't stand up. So my grandma's neighbor said, "You're going to go to our chiropractor." So mind you, this is like 35 years ago. So I go, "Okay, that's fine." So the guy takes some x-rays. I remember orange shag carpet, the wood paneling. And here I am, he's drawing circles, showing my mom, and he said, "There's your problem." And you know, he started working on me, doing his chiropractic thing, and a month later, I was fine. Guess what? Never thought about chiropractic again until I got into high school. And then I was working out and playing football, and I actually hurt my shoulder to the point where I couldn't even lift the milk out of the fridge. So guess where I went? My friend said, "You're going to my chiropractor." I go, "Okay, it worked once, maybe I'll just try it again." So I don't know, it was a month or two went by, and I got full use of my shoulder back. And I said, "Cool." So I never thought about chiropractic again. And then I said, "You know what, I was into bodybuilding, and you know, if you're into bodybuilding and working out, you're into nutrition, and if you ever seen these bodybuilders, what they do, they're regimented with their food." And I got into competing. And then I said, "You know what, I'm gonna be a physical therapist." Before I decided to do that, my grandpa tried to talk me into being a pharmacist. So I went to Oregon State University, I checked it out, and I said, "This isn't for me, especially with out-of-state tuition." So I said, "I'm gonna go to Eastern Washington University, I'm gonna go to physical therapy school." So that's when I was really competing in bodybuilding, and what do you know, I was doing deadlifts, and what do you think happened to me? I hurt my low back again. So there in Cheney, I go to this chiropractor, I'm laying on the table, and with these blocks, and he said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna be a physical therapist." He said, "Well, why don't you be a chiropractor?" I said, "Okay." I was pretty much in line, all the prerequisites, everything. I said, "That's what I'm gonna do." From that day, I said, "I'm gonna be a chiropractor." When I was in high school, all through junior high and high school, I would get really bad sinus issues. I mean, I would go through boxes and boxes of Kleenex. I'd go through toilet paper. And so I just got used to blowing my nose with whatever. So my wife's always now like, "Why don't you use the Kleenex? It's really soft." Well, when I was in laboratory in high school, we were in science lab, there was no soft Kleenex. It was brown paper towels out of the thing that you wash your hands with. So I just got so used to blowing my nose all the time that's what I did. There would be times when I'd get really bad headaches and my face would go flush, and I couldn't stop sneezing. And I'd have to go lay down in a quiet room and put cold compresses on my head. And it wasn't until I started getting adjusted in high school that all stopped. And guess what I thought? I thought it was no big deal. I just grew out of it. Until I started studying this thing that I'm going to share with you a little bit, this story, then I went, you know what? It's bigger than that. And that's why I go out and teach people and get on the radio and do the things that I do, because there's people out there who need help. And you know what I find? Some will listen, some won't, and that's okay. You know, some of you will leave tonight and go, "That's not for me." That's fine. But I'm just glad to have the opportunity to share with you what helped me and what's helped hundreds of our patients get better.